All right, guys, we are still reading our story about Maggie. Yesterday, we read to find out the characters, the setting, and the problem. This is where we left off yesterday. Let's look back at our chart to look at what we read about yesterday. It says, who are the main characters? And we said Maggie was the main character. Where does the story take place? I look at this icon and I see a hospital, and it reminds me that they're in a wildlife hospital. And then what was the problem? When I look at this icon, I see an eye, and I know that the problem was that Maggie hurt her eye. So yesterday in your workbook, you wrote a sentence, and I want to show you the sentence I wrote. This is the sentence I wrote. The question was, use evidence from the text to support your thinking. What happens to the bird and why is that a problem? I said, Maggie hurt her eye, so she might not be able to return to the wild. Now, that's not the only answer. If you wrote something different, that's okay, as long as you had a problem and why that's a problem. All right, so today we're going to read to help us figure out the rest of our chart, and that is the solution and the ending. So I am going to read the last page we read again. Days pass and the doctors keep checking on Maggie. She learns that her left eye was damaged when she hit the building. Plus, the tip of her beak broke off. Luckily, the x-rays show that she didn't break any bones and her beak will grow back, as good as new. But the doctors are worried about her eye. If it doesn't get better, they will have to remove it. Maggie can never return. If they remove it, Maggie can never return to the wild. Now, I want to look at the word damaged. Okay, so I have the word damaged in here. Right here it says, she learns that her left eye was damaged when she hit the building. I can look at the clues to help me figure out what damaged means. Since Maggie damaged her eye when she hit the building, that's what the sentence says. Her left eye was damaged when she hit the building. Since she got her eye damaged when she hit the building, the word damaged must mean broken or injured or hurt. I can also look at the picture, and that is her damaged eye. So it does look like damaged means hurt or injured. So next time something on your body is hurt or injured, you could say it is damaged. All right, so let's look at another word. If they remove it, Maggie can never return to the wild. Removed. I hear a base word in remove. Do you hear a base word, a word that you already know in the word remove? Do you hear move? Do you know what move means? Yeah, I know what move means. And then when we add remove, it can mean like back. We already learned that can mean do it again, but it can also mean like back. So remove means to move back. This makes sense because it says that they will need to remove it. They will need to remove her eye. This means that the doctors might have to take her eye out. So let's keep reading. The doctors decide that the eye will never heal. They give Maggie medicine that makes her tired. Then, while Maggie is asleep, the doctors carefully remove the injured eye. There's remove again. We were right. They took her eye out. They removed it. When Maggie wakes up, there is less pain. She can see, but everything looks different. Maggie is glad that the pain is gone, but she misses her parents' nest. She misses being outdoors. Outside feels so much nicer than inside. There's a picture of the doctor removing her eye. Now, I think we can figure out how the problem is solved now, because the problem is she had a hurt eye. Who solved the problem and what did they do? Was it a bird that solved her problem or a person? Yeah, it was a person, the doctors. The special people brought her to the hospital, and then the doctors removed her eye. So I'm going to put this icon to remind me. I'm also going to put a picture of a little hospital to remind me that it's a doctor. A doctor. A doctor removed her eye. And what did they do? Well, I'm going to put a bandage to show that they did surgery on her eye. So they bandaged her eye. Put another eye right here. So we found the solution to the problem. Who solved her problem? The doctors. And what did they do? They removed her eye. Okay, now we need to figure out what happens at the end. I wonder if this story is going to have a happy ending like the other stories. Okay, let's keep reading. We left off and it said, Maggie is glad the pain is gone, but she misses her parents' nest. She misses being outdoors. Outside feels so much nicer than inside. The people seem to notice her sadness. They move her to a large outdoor play area. The fresh air and warm sun feel good against her feathers. Maggie has a place to perch and space to fly. A small bird gets into her play area and Maggie feels hungry. She flies high into the air and dives toward the bird. Down, down she comes, and she misses it. Now Maggie understands. Without her left eye, she can't catch her own food. Peregrine falcons need both eyes to hunt. The people teach Maggie to sit on their arms. Their eyes are kind and their voices are soft. They reward her with tasty bits of food. The people tell Maggie that she will be an education bird. She will live at the Wildlife Center and she will teach children and adults about peregrine falcons. The news makes Maggie happy. She has learned to like it here. One day, Maggie is taken to meet a group of children. They are loud and wiggly, but they become quiet as soon as they see Maggie. An adult tells the story of Maggie's life, and the children learn why peregrine falcons are important. They admire her feathers, her eye, and her talons. Maggie has become their teacher. Thanks to Maggie, these children and their parents are learning to respect nature and, more importantly, to protect it. Maggie has become an education bird, and every day she will spread the word. All right, that's the end. So, what happened at the end of this story? What happened to Maggie? Was she okay? Yeah, she was okay. She didn't get to go back to her parents' nest and into the wild because it wasn't safe for her to do that anymore. She wouldn't be able to catch her food. So she stayed at the Wildlife Center and became an education bird. Does she like being an education bird? Yeah, it seems like she does like being an education bird. And she gets to meet all kinds of people and help them learn about peregrine falcons. So, which icon can help us remember about the end of the story? I think the heart would work for this one too. It has a happy ending. This heart will remind me that the story has a happy ending. All right, so today we found the solution. We learned who helped Maggie, and we learned what they did to help her. We also learned what happened at the end of the book. Now, I also want to look back at one of the sentences in the book and take a deeper dive into this sentence to help us remember it. Here's the sentence I want to look at. It says, if they remove it, Maggie can never return to the wild. It's on this page, the one where she's doing her x-ray. If they remove it, Maggie can never return to the wild. What's this sentence about? What does this sentence teach us? Let's go chunk by chunk and learn something. Who is this chunk about? It says, if they remove it. Who is they? Is that about Maggie? Is she going to remove her own eye? No. So who is they? Yeah, it's the doctors that are taking care of Maggie. They are the ones that will remove it. And then the author uses the word if they remove it. The word if shows us that something might happen because when we got to this point in the book, they hadn't removed it yet. They were just thinking if they should. So the author used the word if to signal that something might happen. And it signals that next we will learn about what will happen if they remove it. If they remove it, what will that cause? That's what the next part of the sentence will be about. Here's the next chunk. Maggie can never return. Think about this chunk. Maggie can never return. What will taking the eye out cause to happen? Yeah, Maggie will never be able to return. It doesn't tell us where she won't be able to return to yet. That will be in the next chunk. The word never suggests that this is impossible. It will be impossible for her to return. Okay, and here's the last chunk. To the wild. So where won't Maggie be able to return to? Yeah, the wild. Where is the wild? What is the wild? Yeah, the wild is a place where humans are not in control. It's not a city or a place that humans usually live. Wild is an animal's natural habitat. All right, let's go back to our chart so we can look at that so you can do your workbook page. On your workbook page, it's going to be page 60. And let me show it to you. It looks like this, and it says, use evidence from the text to support your thinking. Who helps the bird, and how does this solve the problem? So you can write a compound sentence. Think of two simple sentences. The first one would be, who helps Maggie? And the second one would be, what do they do to help her? Then put those two simple sentences together to make a compound sentence. Use a conjunction in the middle, like and, or, so, but, or because. All right, think about what sentence you're going to write. I'll show you the chart again. Think about the sentence you're going to write. We're looking at who solved the problem and what did they do. Now, if you want to continue looking at this chart, you'll need to press pause. All right, press pause if you need the chart to help you. Okay, that's all I've got for you today. Bye.